How's it going, everybody? Austin Covey here, and today we're going to look at the Thermalright Interlocking Fans. They're the I'm sorry, I'm going to read it so I don't get it wrong, TLM12QWX3, because this is a 3-pack. So these are Thermalright's answer to like the Lian Li Interlocking Fans. Corsair's got them, everybody's got them now. But I saw these, I was trolling around for some fans the other day for a water-cooled build that we're doing. And I thought, man, we're going to need a lot of fans, and if I don't have to cable manage all of them, that would be great. The only problem that I have is they sell these in 3-packs and single packs, but nowhere on their website, on the Amazon description, or anywhere does it specify if you can only link 3 of them together or if you can link more of them. And we're going to be using 480mm radiators, so I kind of need 4 of them to go together to make my life simpler. So we're going to open them up, check and see, and then we got a power supply over here, and we're going to put 4 of them together and see what happens. And answer that question because I'm curious. But they were on sale on Amazon, I think, for $20 for the 3-pack, which is a pretty good deal if you're in the interlocking fan space or interested in that sort of thing. It's not something historically that has interested me, but we're going to use 3 480mm radiators on this build, and that's a lot of fans and a lot of cable management if you have RGB and fan control. And so I was like, if I can simplify that and reduce the amount of cables I have to hide, that would be great. Let's see what we got here. These are white. 3-year warranty. Hey, that's nice. They come with regular old fan screws. Excuse me. Those pins look like they would break very easily. I don't know. I don't know what most companies' stuff looks like because I've never messed in this fan interlocking world before. But they have these contact pins here. I'll get a close-up of those. They also have the mirror side. So that's, what do they call it, an infinity mirror or whatever. So we've got our pads on one side and our pins on the other. And theoretically, I'm going to do this without reading any instructions because it looks relatively straightforward. It is relatively straightforward. So, in and slide. It's just a simple slide lock system. I like things that are simple enough I don't have to read the manual. I still like a manual, but it's better when I don't have to read it. Okay, so it does only come with 1 cable. So if you buy the 3-pack, you're only getting 1 cord. So don't try to split these up. It's not going to work. And then this probably just goes right there. Well, cool. And then we have a variety of different connectors. It actually looks like these might daisy chain. We've got a 2-pin, no, that's a 3-pin connector. We've got another 3-pin connector. We've got a 4-pin connector. And does this pop off? Maybe? Nope. I think it does. It's just not wanting to come off for me. Okay, well, we'll leave that alone for now. Most of the writing is in Chinese. There does not appear to be an English part of this manual. I don't speak Chinese, so hopefully they've got an English version online. Maybe this is just a new enough product that they haven't gotten to the English part yet. That would make sense. And I assumed completely wrong. I assumed this would get power either through SATA or something else with like some kind of a hub, but this just goes straight to a fan connector. And I'm not sure if I have a cable that just goes straight to a fan connector, and I don't have a motherboard handy to try this out. Let's see what I got here. Alrighty. Let's flip that up so that we actually get ventilation. We're going to use our Dr. Power supply tester as our on button. It does beep, so if you notice that there's a quiet spell all of a sudden, it's because I muted the sound so that you fine folks didn't have to hear the really loud beep, because it is really loud and annoying. If I could recommend Thermaltake do anything with their Dr. Power, it would be put a mute button on the dadgum thing. That'd be about it. Otherwise, works really well if you've never used one. Alrighty, so we've got our power button hooked up there. So this is probably going to beep when I hit this button. There we go. Wow, that moves a lot of air. I'm actually surprised. I knew these were high flow fans, but that's impressive. Obviously, we don't have any RGB signal, but the fans turn on, so that's good. Okay, now comes for the real test. We knew 3 would work because that's how they sell them. These fans are quite heavy. They're beefy, I would say. Okay, let's see. There we go. Alrighty, now let's see if it'll run 4. Hey, it does run 4. Now, if you're an electrical engineer in the comments and you're like, don't do that, it's going to pull too much amperage. Yeah. Yeah, they're moving some pretty good air too, but they will link 4 together. I'm not sure if I hit too many what happens. I don't know if it just stops or if it'll burn up the controller or exactly what happens, because the the controller itself, the hub, I should say, may be rated for a certain amount of like amps per whatever. Ooh, it just shut down. I wonder why it shut down. Oh, maybe it just cycled through on the power supply and was done. Woo. Yeah, that was dumb. Don't get your finger in the fan. I was trying to touch the cord to see if it was getting hot, and I grabbed the fan on accident. Yeah, don't be like me, folks. Be better than that. Well, cool. That answers my question. It will run 4 of them. I'm genuinely impressed. Thermalright has yet to disappoint me. I don't buy a whole lot from them, and I'm not a company shill, and nobody sends me anything, but for the price, you get pretty good stuff. So anyway, that's, like I said, there's no instruction on the box that says how many you can link. I guess we could go ahead and try another one. I don't really have a use for more than 4, and I don't know too many people that would, but what the heck. We'll just send it and see what happens. The worst we can do is set something on fire, right? I'm kidding, we won't do that. All right, so now I got 5. Yeah, it'll spin 5. Should we go all the way to 6? Why not? We'll go all the way to 6. So I don't know in what context you would need to spin 6 fans, but we're going to find out if it works. It'll spin all 6. So there you go. I'm not going to go farther than that. We do have more than these, but I don't see a point in testing more than these. But that does answer my question anyway. You can use these on a 480. There might be some long-term problem or degradation to the wiring or limits elsewhere in the system that I'm not aware of, and I didn't really look to see what the maximum output per, I guess, channel of this would be. But just at face value, this will run at least up to 6 fans off of 1 channel. So anyway, that's just quick look. There's not a lot to open boxing fans, right? But I was curious how many of these you link together. Maybe you could go more than this. I don't really see a point into it. And if you use a radio bigger than that, I'd love to see the build. But 4 is all we're going to need for our build. Look for that coming up in the future. It's going to be pretty interesting, custom water cooled in a custom extruded aluminum case. So I'm excited about that. And so we got these for the radiators. But anyway, if you have any other questions or comments, please put them down in the comment section. I'll try to respond to them. If you'd like to see me test these in any other capacity, let me know that as well. You know, we'll demonstrate how the RGB on these look when we get them hooked up in the final build. For now, I was just curious how many I could power at once and if I needed to go with this or a different solution to kind of fill out our radiators. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. I hope you have a great day.